Just in the nick of time, Papa Shevska's joining us. How you doing, Dad?
Oh my God, I'm so centered. It's unbelievable.
All right, so here's the deal. Thursday night, we're going live. We're not going live on Saturday night because another wedding. It's definitely wedding season. But, Dad, tonight we're going to be talking about what's inevitably going to happen when the bubble bursts. I know. When the bubble bursts, we're going to talk
Yeah,
about what's going to happen. I've got a lot of data tonight, like a lot of data.
yeah. What kind of data?
A
Is
lot.
it? Wait, the first question is it data or is it data?
You ready? I'm about to take you on a little data ride. You ready?
I've always wanted to go on a data ride.
All right. So we all know there's been a chip shortage, right? Like we've been talking about it. You've been talking about it. Everyone and their brother has been talking about it, correct?
Yeah, most people have talked about it.
So I'm actually going to like pull up the data that I've been looking at, Dad, to help you and everyone else at home understand what actually is going on, what chips are missing, how the prices are changing. And again, when the bubble bursts, what's actually going to happen. There's some really interesting things. But before we do, Dad, you want to acknowledge a few people in the chat. And also, I think we have a special happy birthday shout out we got to get to.
Well, we do. A little birdie. I don't know who it was. Maybe this nice man's wife. I don't know. Michael Donaldson. It happens to be his birthday, so I don't like to ever wish anybody like happy birthday, but I would like to note that this is the. I hope this is the best anniversary of his birth yet until next year when we get to celebrate it again right here, perhaps on a Thursday, or next year it'll be on a Friday. The hell with it. We'll mention him on our daily show next year.
Yeah,
Oh, I hit the wrong button. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, buddy.
So happy birthday, Michael. And then Pops, let's acknowledge Melissa. She got her YAA. We're both wearing our.
Yeah. Well, you can't see because my computer's in the way, but now you might be able to see.
There we go. There we go. We're both wearing our shirts tonight. Happy for you, Melissa. David's watching back over on Facebook. Thanks for being here. We've got our first Twitch viewer of the night.
Probably our only.
Still don't know how Twitch works, but
neither do I. But if this is
another person on Twitch, I mean, this is beautiful.
If this is a game, I'm probably down for the count.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Michael, from others. Waiting for 2022 models. More Twitch folk. Yes.
Look at that. We're up to 3. Yeah.
All right. So, Pops, here's the deal. I've been so hell-bent on trying to better understand what's going on in the chip shortage, because I feel like from our perspective with our megaphone that we have, we got to be even more knowledgeable. And so what's going to happen when, let's say, production gets back to normal? I want to talk about what's leading up to production getting back to normal, the changes that we're seeing in the input pricing, so prices for the chips and other components that go into vehicles. And then again, what happens when supply comes back? What are our expectations? This is my first time pitching it to you. We're doing it live on the internet, and we get your reaction, okay?
It all depends on what the hell normal is and when that all happens. And quite honestly, I wouldn't expect it to happen for quite some time.
Pops, look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Yeah, who the hell can read it?
We're going to Data Town, okay?
Oh my God, is this anything like Flavor Town? And where's Guy Fieri when I need him?
He's right here, Dad.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to Data Town. I can just hear him saying that we're in Data Town. If I blow up, ladies and gentlemen, it's only because I had an internal sneeze and not an external one.
I meant to hit the yeah, buddy button. Okay, so Pops, there is a website. I'll put this actually in the chat right now for anyone that's interested. This is from DigiKey. They do every single month the lead times for different supplies that are going into.
Could you make it bigger so that your father can actually see it?
Dad, I will make it bigger, okay? I'm used to hearing that. I can do it. Here we go. Bigger.
Thank you.
All right. Let me put this back in the stream chat, though, for anyone. Sorry for...
Please, yeah, absolutely.
If you want to play along at home, this website's great, DigiKey. They do the lead times. What is lead time? Lead time is, we're going to reference it in another article. We've got from Bloomberg, they're telling us that the lead time, the gap between ordering a chip and delivery is at 21.7 weeks, okay? This is the traditional amount of time it takes in terms of weeks when you order a chip to receiving a chip. This is not automotive specific.
What's 4 times 5? 20. So that's a little more than 5 months from when you order the chip
20.
to when you get the chip.
It's 20.
You know, if I had to wait that long for Gabriel to fill my chip basket, I'd stop going to my favorite Mexican restaurant.
There's not a big enough bowl to make that much poop.
You'd still be going to your favorite Mexican restaurant. All right. So
Okay,
here's
you're
the
right.
deal. On this page, you scroll all the way
Yeah.
down. You've got all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
They got lead times for
Yeah.
semiconductors. Okay. So we've got from Automotive News and from Bloomberg, they're saying it's 21.6 weeks. And you can see the slope, Dad. Slope is
Yes.
how aggressive the line's increasing or decreasing. Y equals mx plus b. It's increasing quite rapidly.
I'll
You
take
look-
your word for it.
You look back here.
But the real question that begs to be asked is, can you calculate a lease in your head? And my guess is you cannot, but you could do slope. I could probably calculate that lease in my head.
So I encourage everyone to check out this website because down at the bottom, they're doing lead times for semiconductors. And they're telling you whose lead times are trending down, which is a good thing, whose lead times are trending up.
Yeah.
We're going to look, for example, let's say we're Texas Instruments Corporation. They produce a heck of a lot of chips. Or if we're Analog Device Corporation, they produce a heck of a lot of chips. Their lead times are going up. And even the ones that are going down, there's some interesting trends, some other data that I found that I want to share with you. But let's look at like Analog, for example. I mean, you don't have to be a detective to figure out like where their chips are used. You go to their website, you go under applications, you click on automotive.
Oh my God.
Here's where they're actually being used. Battery management systems, onboard charging, premium audio and amplifiers, telemax. The lead time for those chips, 36 weeks, 36 weeks, 37 weeks, 37 weeks, 33 weeks. So if you're a supplier or if you're the automaker.
4 times 9 is 36, right?
Why are you hitting me with so much math?
Well, because if there's 4 weeks in a month,
it's
actually 4.3. But just so if there's so the lead time if General Motors calls up Analog Devices Corporation and says, we need 400,000 of those old-fashioned legacy discs that are low profit margin for you. If we ordered them today, when can we expect to see them? And they would tell them about 9.5 months.
Now, this is what's super interesting in the market, Dad. This is the digital sleuthing that I've gone to try and become more knowledgeable about this. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yeah. Inspector Clouseau.
There are websites out there where you can actually buy semiconductors, right? Octopart. For anyone playing along at home, this is going back in the chat. Octopart. You come to this page, Dad, and you can see, okay, text.
Octo meaning 8, correct?
Stop hitting me with no more math. No more math. This is for a Texas Instrument IC, integrated circuit, semiconductor. It's the same thing, right? That we've talked about this enough time. Chips, semiconductors, and integrated circuits are all the same exact thing. You come to this website, you can see who has stock of it, right? So these are the authorized distributors. Let me zoom in for you. This is to me probably the most fascinating thing I've been able to uncover. These are the authorized distributors of this chip.
Yeah.
DigiKey, Texas Instruments, Aero Electronics, Mouser. Stock is currently at 0. Okay,
so and these chips are used for what?
These are your typical dual channel current limited power distribution switches. These are very like run of the mill chips. Like they're used in a variety of different ways, just like.
But are they used in automobiles?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking. You know, you could be looking into the wrong chip for all I know.
And the point being, Dad, you can actually look at like pricing and stock of a variety of different chips. So we could run this as well with the analog chips or with the the Microchip Corporation ones, the Maxim Corporation.
Yeah.
TM.
Okay.
So let's come back here. The stock is 0 for all of the authorized distributors.
Cool.
Yeah. And it was updated.
That's not good, is it?
Updated 33 minutes ago.
Okay.
And look at the pricing. You want to buy one of them, it's $1.65.
Yeah.
You want to buy 10,000 of them, it's less than $1, right?
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Now look at the non-authorized stocking distributors. We've got WinSource. They've got 8,000 of them in stock. Look at the pricing.
It's like 7, 8, 10 times more than normal.
Okay, so in all of the digital sleuthing I've been able to do, who has inventory? It's this company WinSource. What is WinSource doing?
Hoarding.
And jacking up prices.
Sounds like car dealers.
I hope that our reach isn't so far that someone from WindSource is like watching this and like finds me and hits me as I'm on the metro tonight in Bethesda, because I'm not trying to put a bad shine a bad light on
No,
WindSource, but
they're, you know,
this is what you would see if you were, going to the NBA finals. Like the ticket
th-
price is
this
jacked up,
this is what you would see if you went to a Kia dealership to buy a Telluride.
and
It's the same thing.
it's happening on the supply chain earlier and earlier. So what happens when the bubble bursts, Dad, for the consumer, and when things get back to quote unquote normal, i.e., when you can actually produce the amount of vehicles you want? Here's my guess, and I want your reaction, your take on it. I would not be surprised if the MSRP, the
Yeah.
manufacturer's suggested retail price on new vehicles,
Yes.
2022s, 2023s,
Yes.
2024s, 8% higher than it was the prior year. 5 to 10% is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say there's going to be 5 to 10% price hikes in MSRP in new vehicles, because if you're going to produce cars right now, you're
Yeah.
getting your booty handed to you by WindSource saying you want chips. You can get chips, but you got to pay up.
But
And I
even
don't
they don't have enough chips.
No, I agree. But
Yeah.
this is my digital sleuth thing. I'm sure there's the same thing happening even deeper in the marketplace I can't find online.
Yeah.
But that's my best guess, Dad, is actually what's going to happen is used car values, even when production comes back, still going to stay high. And I bet you MSRP goes higher. And I think you heard it here first. This is the first leading indicator of like bigger inflation problems that this economy is going to face. You can't have this happen and expect things to just go along like rosy and normal. It's when the bubble, quote unquote, bursts, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, but typically when the bubble bursts, things crash.
And that's
So
what I think is going to happen here. No one's going to be able to afford anything.
so when the bubble bursts, the car market will crash, the housing market will crash again. It'll be like 2009 all over again. You know, and if I may be so bold, that only took about 9 or 10 years, especially in the real estate sector, to get back to where it had been. So yeah, so until the bubble bursts, everything is going to go up in price, because all the supplies that the manufacturers need to build their cars are going up in price. And yes, ultimately, those price increases will be passed on to the consumer in higher manufacturer suggested retail prices. And then when the bubble bursts, and as they said in the movie Airplane, the poopy hits the fan, at that point, then manufacturers and dealers will be scrambling to figure out how to sell cars, and there'll be incentives, and there'll be 120 months 0% financing, and there'll be there'll be $8,000 in dealer in manufacturer to customer incentives to get people to buy even cheap cars.
I think you're spot on. I think we're going to see what happens, right, with supply and demand. When you have not enough supply and you still have demand, then of course, prices are going to go up. We're reaching
Yes.
that inflection point, and I think the impacts that we've been able to report on that we're seeing in the used car market, it's the same thing as we just described. It's the same thing happening to the suppliers on the new car market, and the
Yes.
implications there are going to be. And so what is I've been thinking about this a lot, Dad, on my runs, in the shower, when I'm out to dinner. I just can't stop thinking about this.
When you're looking at white BMWs with red streaks all over them.
That was a Kia. Check
Oh,
our
Kia. Okay.
I realized that's someone's Halloween costume for the car.
Okay. So they were trick or treating.
I guess.
Okay.
Timing for this.
Yes.
What's your gut sense in terms of timing for this? I've got kind of like my mind's eye wrapped around when I think essentially the supply is going to catch up with the demand, and when we're going to start to see that inflection point of, consumers are going to stop buying cars. Stopbuyingcars.com. Check it out. It's a website.
Yeah.
And then we'll see the manufacturers have to switch and say, okay, well, now we need to sell inventory, so let's add big incentives to it. I have kind of like a thought in my head for when that's going to happen.
Well, here's the thought in my head.
Yeah.
There's the midterm elections in 13 months. It'll happen between now and then.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. The Great Recession, when the poop hit the fan back then, was during election season, campaign season. It all the stuff started happening in September. John McCain wanted to suspend his campaign for a short period of time, because we have real issues, and so I think a lot of these things become political tools and political ploys. So I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere between August and November of next year, the poop hits the fan.
So I see Igor in the chat, and Megan, we are about to come to your question next. Thank you for the thoughtful contribution. Igor says manufacturers are talking about leaving everything the way it is. This is going to be the new normal. It works for OEMs and dealers, and surveys said even to customers. I don't know what consumers agreed. The only thing that I would contend there, Igor, is that everything that I'm seeing, everything I'm reading, people I'm talking to is everyone's getting a little bit effed right now, even the OEMs. They want to be able to produce cars, and they're getting hit with, you want to produce cars, pay up. And so I think they like every aspect of this in the sense that they can make more money, except for the fact that it's going to cost them more money. Again, they're going to have to raise MSRP, is my hypothesis. Consumers are going to fight back and say, okay, I'm going to hold on to my used car then. You pay, you want to charge 10% more than this car was worth last year. That's fine on a new one. Eventually, the supply-demand imbalance will happen in the sense that there won't be enough demand. There is enough supply. Then we flip the script. Then it's back to incentives land. Then it's back to, Toyota-thon, Lexus December to remember. And I think, Dad, not next December, but the December after that, fourth quarter. So I'm saying 2 years from now. I think 2 years from now, we're back to normal. I actually think, because there will likely be some sort of significant economic fallout.
And I can appreciate what the manufacturers and the dealers think, but I can't for an instant think that the customers are happy with the situation the way it is. And the only customers that might be are the ones that can actually afford to overpay for the products that they're buying. So, but the average person, the average middle class person that doesn't have a tremendous amount of money in the bank is not in a position to say, "Oh yeah, this is really acceptable to me. I love paying $3,000 more than the manufacturer's suggested retail price for this car." Well, I don't think so.
And Megan, I promise you were coming next, but we get a lot of comments sometimes in our streams that we never actually talk about the topic. So this is like a new record for us: 17 minutes of staying on topic here.
Well, close to.
We're getting there. Yeah. I was just going to say, so we've had dealers with limited inventory add additional dealer markup above MSRP on new cars, right? What's going to happen when legitimately the transition in model year MSRP could be 10%? I would not be surprised if you see a Mazda 3 next year that the MSRP on the Monroney label, not from the dealer, but from the manufacturer, is 10% higher.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't
surprise me. And then the dealership's
me.
trying to add another 10% on top. I'm telling you, the supply and demand is not going to. I think we're about to be in the extended warranty business for a long time, because there's not much help you can give to people in a situation where no one's going to be buying cars. There's a heck of a lot of vehicle service contracts, which we can now sell in Florida.
Stop it.
We can. We got
really?
Florida. It's Florida.
Well, congratulations.
I don't have any family in Central Florida. I'm not looking for any family in Central Florida.
You know what the good idea about that is? We'll be able to put on a dock fee.
There's no dock fee on our Florida extended warranty.
Okay.com
if you're interested. Okay. Megan, thank you for contributing to the cause.
Yes, bless you. Thank you.
She put a deposit on a 2022 4Runner. To my knowledge, It hasn't arrived, but it's listed on the dealer's website. Is my purchase safe? I have signed invoice and receipt in hand with the VIN number.
Is your purchase safe? Yeah, they're probably listing it online just to make it look like they have incoming inventory. But if you have a deposit on it and you have a VIN, you should be safe. And you should be contacting the dealer and say, "Well, I see you have my car listed on your website. When should we expect delivery?"
Nice. Thank you for that, Pops. And also want to tie another question to this question. Thank you for this, Megan. I saw in the live chat today, we offer live chat with auto advocates. One of the live chats I responded to, gentleman who had made a factory order and a deposit, and then the dealership asked him, no VIN yet, to run his credit.
Yeah.
And I told him, well, they're trying to verify, that you're a serious buyer. I want to pose the question to you, Dad.
Yeah.
Do you have to let the dealership run your credit when you've got a vehicle in transit, you've put a deposit down? How kosher is that, and what's the procedure there?
Well, typically when I would take deposits on cars, I mean, we would make sure, we would find out at the time that we were ordering a car for somebody, how are you planning on paying for it? Are you going to be paying cash, which is fine? Are you going to be financing, or are we going to be looking at leasing? Um, and if you don't mind, we've had some issues in the past, so we just need to verify that you have the credit that would allow you to go forward once the vehicle arrives. So in most cases, we would verify the people's credit before we actually place the order to make sure that there weren't going to be any issues when the car came in. Because on BMWs and Minis, for the group that I worked for, if you special ordered a vehicle, the deposit, the $1,000 deposit, which was our standard deposit on most vehicles, wasn't refundable. And then if you did like an absolute special order, where I had someone order an Audi TT and they wanted a special color leather interior that wasn't typically available.
But that's not what's happening right now.
No, but for something like that, we took, I mean, just the leather interior alone was $70-some $100. So we took a $10,000 deposit from that customer to at least cover, because who the hell are we going to sell that car to if that customer backed out?
I know. But in this environment, I'm trying to make sure we're framing it for someone who's like,
well, in today's environment, who gives a poop? If the customer doesn't have the credit to buy the car, well, they're going to mark it up to the next person on the list and make it available to them sooner. And so somebody will be able to buy the car or truck or whatever it is.
Okay, got it. I think,
but it's not that it's not kosher to ask somebody that's placing an order to, or if their vehicle's soon to arrive.
So if you are out there and you're waiting for a vehicle to arrive and you put down a deposit and you're being asked to run your credit, your answer, Dad, to that person would be, do it. It's normal. Also, I got to take off my shirt. It was cool earlier. It's warm now. But I'm trying to put myself in that person's shoes. Can you give
it depends, like, is the car going to be in a week, 10 days, 2 weeks? Bank approvals for loans and leases are good for 30 days. So if it's less than 30 days between when you'll be picking up the car and when they're asking you for that information so that they could go ahead and get all the approvals in line, no, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
We've got Dad from Moose Soup.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered a Subaru Forester Wilderness, paid the refundable deposit, got a purchase order at MSRP, and they didn't ask for any of that info. So it's a good example. Not in all cases.
Yeah, but you ordered it. When's the car going to come in? And that's also, because of the market today. I mean, Subaru's operating on a 5 or 6 or 7 day national day supply of cars. So they know that if Moose Soup can't buy the car, they're going to sell it instantly.
Julie says, is a buyer's order required to make sure a car isn't sold out from under them?
Well, the buyer's order won't do it, but a deposit will. A signed buyer's order listing the vehicle with VIN number, selling price, and all that. And if the dealer takes a deposit, the only one really committed in that is the dealership. The customer can back out. The dealership cannot. And if the dealership sells that car out from under you, you can sue them because technically, by accepting your deposit and affixing their signature to the buyer's order, they have agreed to a legal and binding document. And I know because I had a used car manager that once sold a car that had a deposit on it out from under a customer, and we got sued. And we gave the customer that sued us, they got a free car.
Jack wants to know, when he picks up his car, should he wear his YAA t-shirt? And I think the answer goes something like this.
Yeah, buddy.
I think there would be a slight amendment to that. It would be, hell yeah, buddy.
And we have a new ad lib in the future.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you wear that shirt. Yeah.
We've got from Kevin here, and then we're going to go to the questions that were asked back on the community forum. Then we'll come back to chat. So we made it a solid 20 minutes staying on topic, Dad. Proud of us.
Well,
Kevin Bergman, thank you for the contribution.
thank you, Kevin.
13 CRV with 107,000 miles on it for 11 grand, $4,000 under market. Congratulations, Kevin. Make sure, or at least I hope you got a pre-purchase inspection. And the under market piece, we've talked a lot about how do you really know a fair price on a used car? And we have a couple suggestions there. Using the trade-in valuation from YAA that gives you the black book numbers is a great place to start. And then honestly, pretend you're selling the car to Carvana, Vroom, Shift, CarMax, see what they would offer you, and use that as a bit of a proxy to determine how fair of a price it is.
And I am just shocked that a 2013 CRV with 107,000 miles on it, its real market value is $15,000. That to me is just shocking.
Well, Pops, you got to remember, we posted a video recently talking about the used vehicles that have gone up the most in price. And the Mitsubishi Mirage was the.
It was no Mirage. It was the leading appreciating pre-owned car out there.
Yeah, it's really pretty remarkable. And we've been posting more and more back on, and we're going to go to the community forum here, and then we'll come back to the chat. We've been posting more and more back on our Instagram at Your Advocate Alliance. We had,
Yeah, I've noticed you popping up a heck of a lot more.
Look at that, man. I'm making these little, they have music in them.
Oh, I know. I know. I've suffered through them.
I mean, today's was pretty bad, but I'm trying, man.
No. And your acting skills are above reproach.
I mean, this one's pretty bad. Like, honestly, I rewatched it and I thought to myself, this is not good. Like, this part's fine. This part's fine. And then this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's the bad.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's embarrassing enough. Ready to go?
It wasn't so embarrassing that you didn't replay it.
Dad, we are in business, and this is what you do, man. You sacrifice for the business. All right.
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
So we had some comments back on the post here on the YAA community. Join YAA.com/community.
Before we get into the comments, can we do one thing?
Let me stop sharing.
Because you always throw curveballs at me.
I do indeed.
So everybody knows there'll be no live stream this Saturday because, well, Zach's got a wedding. And then
I'm not getting married.
No. Zach has a wedding to attend, not his own. And then the following weekend, he doesn't have a wedding to attend. So I don't know if we're doing a live stream.
No, we are. Next weekend we are.
Okay, so the following weekend we'll be doing one, and then the next 2 Saturdays after that, I believe we won't be doing live streams because you have your sister's wedding, and I know
are we live streaming from her wedding.
You're live streaming the wedding, but we are not live streaming from the wedding, and we're not live streaming from the family dinner before the wedding on Saturday night. I guess we could if we really didn't want to go to the wedding on Sunday. And then the following weekend, you have another wedding.
We'll figure it out. We are going live tomorrow, though. Stay tuned. You'll get a notification for that. We'll talk more about that at the end. Can we look at the community?
Yes. Now we can. I didn't want to disappoint people on all these upcoming Saturdays when they look for us to be live and we're nowhere to be found.
So Jeff, he says, I'm interested to see how the recent rise in interest rates, 10-year and 30-year, affect demand. Mortgage applications and refis are down. My bet is that demand will soften a bit, therefore increasing supply a bit. However, if the rise in rates is a short-term blip and rates drop in the future, demand will increase once again, sopping up any extra supply. Thoughts? Yeah, this is kind of what we're talking about. One interesting caveat that we didn't discuss earlier, Dad, is there are a lot of fleet-related sales that aren't getting fulfilled right now. And so I imagine if there is a bit of an increase in supply, those fleet buyers will come in and suck it up, like the rental car companies.
Oh, yeah.
So there's still a lot of demand out there, even if it's not consumer direct demand.
Yes. Could you make that bigger so that these old eyes can see it?
Yeah, I'm used to. All right.
Yeah. You've got the big computer.
I do have the big computer.
Yeah, I got the little one
to compensate. Lemonkiss Menikis says,
Yes.
Ray, what do you think the spare parts requiring chip situation will be like in 2 to 4 years for the 2021 model year? Can almonds be used instead of chips? Damn it.
Yeah, well, if they could, if it, I'm not sure which uses more water, the 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 almond trees or the chip wafer factories, the fabs. So I'm not sure what the chip situation will be, but I would tell you between now and then, drink all the almond milk you can.
Jenny, thank you for the incredible
Thank you, Jenny.
contribution. We really appreciate your ongoing support. And Dad, I think the question there from Lemonkiss was actually a really good one. Let's dig into it. Supplies. So the
Yeah.
actual parts that are needed for 2021 model year vehicles. Are we going to see, is this one of the ripple effects from the chip shortage that actual repairs and maintenance of 2021 model year vehicles are going to be more challenging, more expensive in the future because of the chip shortage, because of the components that the lack of chips has affected, like the stockpile of supplies to replace and repair parts within a vehicle?
Well, I would imagine there's going to be some difficulty with part supplies as needed. Um, I mean, if there's 100,000 trucks sitting out there, um, yeah, okay. If there's 100,000 trucks sitting out there still needing chips, um, there's the chips that aren't going to be able to go to parts departments throughout the country to take care of issues that might develop when people have an issue. So, yeah, there's probably going to be some type of ripple effect from that.
I think we're going to see ramifications on the repairs and maintenance side into the future as a result of the chip crisis and the chip shortage. Let's keep going through the comments back on the community forum, Pops. Again, join YAA.com/community. Jason and I were having a conversation. He asked, do you think we will see a significant rise in MSRPs in 2022, 2023? And yep.
Yes, I think we all agree on that. Well, I don't know if we all agree, but you and I and Jason agree.
Reen, thanks for being a part of YA. Hi, Ray and Zach. Can you please answer the below questions? I think we can, Pops.
Oh, I don't know. I can barely read them. So read them to me.
And gosh, man. There you go. Is that good?
Oh my God. Yeah. Jeez.
Are invoice prices available to dealers for unreleased 2022 factory orders, specifically the 2022 Subaru Forester? What's the comeback if they say it's unknown due to not having the car yet? So, yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's known. It's subject to change. If Subaru decides that they're going to have a price increase between the time the car was ordered and the time it was shipped, I mean, they would pick a date and say, anything built after September 20th is going to go up X amount of dollars. But they can figure out what the invoice pricing would be on any car they have coming in, if they want to.
If they can place an order, they know the invoice price. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they can get the invoice price. They have order books that tell. Yes, they have order books that tell them what the costs of everything are.
You good?
I can't hear it.
You good?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
That was the weakest "yeah, buddy" you've ever said. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Once dealers reach their monthly manufacturer's incentives, period.
Yeah.
Do they have any motivation to sell more cars? Do they get additional bonuses?
Well, bonuses can be stair-stepped. Like you get X amount if you hit 100 to 109% of your objective. And then that goes up if you hit 110 to 120% of your objective. And then if you hit 121 and over, it goes up some more. So typically the incentives can be stair-stepped. So even though they might reach the bare minimum, they're always pushing to get to the next level if in fact there is a next level.
Plus, in today's market, honestly, the incentive is just to sell the car because the gross profit on the front end of that is more than it's ever been in the past because of the lack of inventory. So regardless of if you're buying at the end of the month, beginning of the month, they've hit their manufacturer's incentives or not, the dealership wants to sell the car just at a healthy margin.
Well, they don't have that many cars to sell. And so since they're selling them all at a higher gross profit than normal, they'd be happy to sell it.
Question number 3, Pops. Can you read it?
No, I did not.
Can you read it?
When do lease payments begin for a factory orders upon delivery and finalizing at pickup? Yes, upon delivery and finalizing at pickup. Because you can order a vehicle and the lease programs can change between the time you order and the time it comes in. Residual values can change. Money factors can change. So, yes, it's all figured on the day that you pick up your car.
I feel like we missed something in the chat. H Sun is saying someone should make a bumper sticker. Let's go, Brandon. Who's Brandon?
I don't know. Who's Brandon? What did I miss?
And then Jenny says, haha. What did we miss? We must have missed something. We were helping out Reed. Doing the best we can.
I don't know. What do I know?
Phil's in the house. Phil, thanks for being here. Phil's an auto advocate.
Yes, he is, and a damn good one.
Yeah. All right, let's keep looking pops back on the community chat. Then we're going to come back to the live chat, see what we can do to help. Yeah, okay. Come on in. Wait, 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Just talking to my dad.
and maybe 2 or 3 other people.
Go Brandon is something people that don't like Brandon that
don't like Biden say.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
All right. Well, we try our best to keep things not political here because it's just a community to support each other. So we're gonna rewind that. We're all good. However, we are now going to acknowledge Julie. Thank you. Julie, thank you for the contribution. Really appreciate it. Thanks, YAA team, for all you do. I used all your tips and insights to purchase our new to us 2016 Highlander a couple weeks ago, and it's a perfect fit for our family. This was the right time and right deal. Dad, how awesome is that? You've been doing this almost 2 years now. Do stories like this from Julie ever get old?
No. I just wish we could see them more frequently. And thank you for the nice donation, Julie. That was very, very sweet of you. But yeah, I wish we could get these more frequently, 2, 3, 4, 10 of them a day. That would be great.
Yeah. And Dad, you gotta. I know I was helping you log back into the YA community, but you gotta get on the success channel so that you can be, giving people the stamp of approval.
Yeah, because I still know how to do that.
I mean, honestly, we probably should give out our first one of the night, don't you think? Julie,
I would.
Ray Shefska, stamp of approval.
Nice job, Julie.
Damn, that is so nice.
We've got a couple other things coming in. If you're on Twitch and you post, we're putting it up on the screen because we just
we don't care what you say.
I mean,
you're on Twitch,
but not that much. Our threshold for Twitch is much lower than our threshold for YouTube. Warranty question above in chat. And does your warranty company offer lifetime? We don't have lifetime. The most we can offer is 10-year right now. Although AUL, the company that we work with, they do offer some lifetime products. We just can't sell them yet. Maybe eventually we will. We can talk to them about it. And for everyone watching, listening at home, when we sell a warranty, we make $500. We also don't even really try and sell them. If you want one, we're an option for you. We don't call people and leave them obnoxious voicemails, and we make $500, and you can talk to Kimberly and she'll walk you through. Like, no one flame us for selling warranties. It's an option for those that want it. You can get a free quote online. And Reen says, thanks for answering.
You're welcome, Reen. Thank you.
Thanks for contributing.
Yes.
Okay. And here you go. Kimberly saying lifetime products have tiebacks. There you go.
It doesn't everything.
All right. Let's share screen.
Okay.
Let's go back to the community.
Okay.
Alex wants to know what happens if Ray pokes the bubble. I think that has to do with.
I thought it was the bear
community. Oh my.
Okay.
All right. I was taking us to Inception, but you were in the thumbnail. You were poking a bubble.
Ah.
Jeffrey Ryan says, what is going to happen to some dealerships across the country if this supply shortage continues until 2023 and beyond? Clearly, they can't withstand just selling overpriced used cars with their massive overhead and big empty lots with not enough inventory to move cars. It will surely hurt their bottom line. What's your take on this, Dad, from Jeffrey?
There will be some dealerships that will go under. I mean, it's just, if they can't get enough new cars and they're not real good at pursuing a used car operation, then there'll be dealerships that go out of business. It's just a sad, unfortunate aspect of all this. And it's unfortunate, but that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more consolidation. So I bet you if a dealership is in bad financial shape, they'll just get bought out by one of the bigger players.
Well, I don't know. There was a comment today from somebody on one of our YouTube videos about their local Infinity dealership shut down.
And we were looking at the Infinity sales number in that very recent.
And you could understand why, perhaps.
Sales were down 40%. Dad,
Yeah.
one of the things we didn't talk about is there were more Lamborghinis sold in the third quarter than Fiats.
Yes. Well, that's and that should be every quarter, because there shouldn't be people that think it's okay to get a Fiat.
This is back from Twitch. Again, if you're on Twitch,
Yeah.
this is like a one-to-one session. I have a warranty question related to selling our van. Vans are very high on the market right now.
Yes.
We have a lifetime bumper-to-bumper Mopar warranty that is transferable. What would be a good value to add to my selling price? Unsure. However, that transferable component also means it's likely refundable, and there's probably a $50 cancellation fee. At least there is with our products, the AUL ones. So if you can't like justify that, hey, this bumper to bumper Mopar warranty adds $2,000 in value, if you can't justify that to a seller, just call up Mopar, cancel it. It's going to cost you $50 and you'll get a prorated refund, and then you'll get whatever the value is back. That's your other option.
Nicely done.
Why are G-Wagon Mercedes so much, Dad?
Well, because they're G-Wagon Mercedes. You know, last night my buddy Lee and we went to the Crab Trap in Summers Point. And the last time we went there, it was an hour and a half wait, and we didn't wait. So last night the wait was only 30 minutes. And Lee asked the waiter, he said, "It's Wednesday night, out of season. Why are you so busy?" And his answer was spot on, because we're the Crab Trap. Well, G-Wagons are expensive because, well, they're G-Wagons. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it's really well said. And they're always going to be expensive no matter what.
Yes.
All right, Pops. Shall we run through the chat? See how
what did Igor say in his comment? I didn't get to read it.
Oh, my apologies. He said that his Fiat and Alfa Romeo store is doing great.
Well, you might have the only one in America, Igor, that's doing great.
Yeah, maybe Alpha's doing a bit better than Fiat.
Yeah, that would be my guess. My guess is that Fiat is like a boat anchor for his Alfa Romeo store. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, Igor.
Definitely. So here's what I want to do, Dad. We'll come to the chat here in just a second. I do, however, just want to do a few quick like shout outs or announcements, essentially.
Okay.
In case you're unfamiliar, my dad and I have a second channel. So I'm going to pull that up on the screen. Just search in YouTube, Ray and Zach. We're up to over 600 subscribers, Dad, which is super cool.
Or I feel bad for those 600 people.
So take a peek at that channel. We're posting content there a couple times a week. It's pretty fun stuff. We're doing like reactions and a few other things there. And then we have our podcast starting back up tomorrow. Daily news you can use from YAA. We're actually going to be going live at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow on YouTube. We're going to be talking about a few of the most important topics, kind of like the daily news in auto that you need to know. And it's also going to be syndicated out back to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, things like that. So search on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
What are some of the other podcast places?
I really don't remember.
Come on. I used to know them all when
Stitcher.
We did this. Huh?
Stitcher.
Oh, that's my favorite. Yeah.
You're a big fan of Stitcher.
Oh my God, am I ever.
And here, actually, I'm going to share our outro for the podcast so you can hear it here. Get some reactions in the chat if you don't mind. And then we will come to the chat. And
it's missing the music that would be part of it, though.
This is just the outro, though. Like,
but they would normally have music.
Join us again next time,
which is probably tomorrow,
to get the news you can use from YAA. YAA is your trusted source for all things auto. Thanks for listening.
See you soon.
I mean, I'd listen to that podcast.
Well, I the first thing I'd say is we probably need to get a new car.
Brendan, thanks so much for the contribution. And here is your question. Glad you got it in. How can I get a good lease with less than $4,000 out of pocket? I live in Southern California, been a subscriber for a while, but I don't want to pay egregious OOD prices.
Well, I mean, work a discount on the car that you can, and don't put money down. I mean, I would suggest no more than the first payment. Some people like to put the first payment in any fees like title and registration. Literally, when I do my leases, I put absolutely zero out of pocket. And how do you get a good lease today? Well, it's harder and harder because the prices of the cars are higher than they've ever been. So you're gonna have to work at it. You're gonna have to find that one dealer that's a unicorn that's willing to work with you, and that's going to be a difficult thing to do in Southern California, I'm sure.
I was going to see if I could pull it up. Igor had a great post back in the YAA community about leasing. Let me see if I can find it, and how money factors are coming up.
Yes, I remember him saying that. Yeah.
We've been talking about, let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Igor, we're going to put you on a bit of a pedestal. Hope you don't mind. Let me share my screen. And this applies to you, Brendan. This really, really does. And anyone who's thinking about leasing, we're seeing transitions in the lease market. It's not static. Why chip shortage is driving lease payments higher than normal and making lease option no longer beneficial over financing going forward. And it's a bit of a wall of text, but we still appreciate it. However, it's here. Like, if you can at least shop around for better rates on finance option, you can't do it on a lease and are stuck with the high money factor lease rate you're being quoted by the dealership. We're seeing money factors go up. Yeah.
Yes.
Currently, because of the chip shortage, most manufacturers raise their money factors. Money factors are the APR in the lease program, and they've cut their incentives to bare minimum and in some cases to none at all. And then there's no cap cost reduction. Cap cost reduction would be the discount that the dealership's giving you. So,
and I do need to ask Igor a question, and this is a very serious question when it comes to leasing. With the chip shortage and everything, I forget what the hell I was going to ask him. Son of a gun! It doesn't pay to get old. Well, it does pay to get old, but
you got it. You can. I got it. You got it.
No, I can't remember, but it was going to be a brilliant question, whatever the hell it was. For a moment there, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, this is brilliant," and then I lost it. Brilliance is a fleeting thing.
Sorry to hear that, Pops.
If it comes back to me, I'll just go, I got it.
We've got Taber Karn over on Twitch. Yeah, buddy.
I love Twitch.
Core Guy, I used to be able to negotiate more off MSRP for manual transmission cars. Core Guy, it's good to see you. Honda announced the 11th gen Civic will only have manual transmission on higher trims. How much time do we have before manual transmission is phased out? What is your best guess here, Dad?
Couple more years.
5?
Maybe.
I
don't know that it's that much. I mean, Mini, you used to be able to get a Mini in a manual, and now they're really limited as to what they'll allow you to have a manual in.
We've got Space in the chat. Mario Space, we appreciate you, one of our auto advocates as well, helping countless YAA members back on the community forum, live chat, support tickets, in a variety of ways. So thank you, Space. We are seeing dealers mark up money factors 50 basis points now. That's standard practice. You're helping.
I got it. I remember what the hell the question was.
Go, Dad.
Okay.
I won't interrupt.
Okay. So here's the question for Igor. We all know that there's shortages. We all know that cars typically right now, or untypically, but for this market, typically are appreciating in value. Have the manufacturers adjusted what they're using for residual percentages, or are they still using the old historical percentages that they've used in the past? For instance, like my Mini, at a 10,000 mile a year lease, I believe the residual factor was based on 64% of the original MSRP. In today's world, the depreciation might only be 30% instead of 36%. So would they be adjusting? Is anyone adjusting the residual percentages so that the depreciation amount is lower than what it normally would have been in the past?
Because if you think about what we were talking about before, once we see Igor reply, we'll pull it up. If you think about what we were talking about before, if MSRPs really do go up 5-10% and people hoard more used car values are going to stay inflated. You could, in theory, play the market right now and sign a lease. And if the residual values hadn't updated to reflect it, then, you'd be in a money position. You'd be
I
in
mean,
money. But Igor says, yes, they are. So residual
okay.
values are evolving as the market's moving.
Yeah, I would think they would have to. And it's almost like it could get to the point where there is no, since the cars are no longer depreciating, maybe the dealership's going to start paying the customer. No, that's not going to happen. What the hell was I thinking?
Space says not much change on residual value, but lack of discount, no incentives makes for a bad lease. So it'll be interesting. And here you go. Space is saying Jeep is still inflating the residual value. It'll be interesting to see. But seriously, you could think of that as like an in the money option, essentially, if you were to sign a lease right now. Brendan's got another question, so he's tossing more money at us. Dad, he knows the how to pull on our heartstrings.
Yeah.
Lexus wants $4,000 down for a $499 payment. I feel like that's pretty aggressive. How is this fair? On Ray's point right now, this is important.
Well, how is it fair? I mean, I don't know what the fees are in California. Do you pay your sales tax up front? Do you pay your sales tax on the payment? But anytime what?
I was just going to say, this is a perfect pitch for, we have Review My Deal lease on the community forum. We have lease experts on the auto advocate team that help you with live chat. We appreciate the donations and everything, but without being able to see the lease worksheet and all that, it's kind of hard to say what's fair and what isn't fair.
And if this is the national program that you're referring to, of a $499 payment with $4,000 down, that $4,000 down is just a capitalized cost reduction. It does not include any front end monies that would be due for tax, title, registration fees, doc fees, any of those fees. So it's 4,000 plus. We went through this a couple weeks ago when we were talking about special leases from the manufacturers that they advertise, and nobody actually has those cars. The cheap payment lease is based on a cheap MSRP car that, well, they very rarely build, and dealers very rarely have. And then it's also based on a lot of money down from the customer plus starts.
And here we go. I just want to show, like, for you, Brendan, and for everyone else here, join YAA.com/community. Click on Review My Deal Leasing. This is a members only channel because it would be flooded. I mean, there's already 119 posts in leasing, and there are 314 in buying. This is a great resource to A, see what deals they're getting and what price people are getting, but also B, like, literally post your deal, redact your personal information, get advice from advocates and from other members that are in the community that are in your area. Like, we appreciate more than you can imagine the contributions that come in through the stream, and we do our best to help on the stream. But building out like the infrastructure so that you can get more help and like submit your deals, please reference that.
Well, it helps everybody. It becomes a reference point for everybody.
We've got from Yadalda, I will pay for a ringtone with your dad's voice. Julie says she would second that. Sounds like, Dad.
Yeah.
Sounds like a future contest will have to have the leave a voicemail from Papa Shufska. That's
or I could just go bring or something like that.
That could work.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
My guess, has all this affected anyone's insurance premiums? And if not, when you think it will? It's a great question.
That is a great question. I have no idea. Knowing very little about automobile insurance, other than that I pay my bill monthly to Geico. And I have to remind your sister every month, well, to fork over the amount she owes me. $75, Darrett. Don't forget. I mean, I know you're getting married in a couple of weeks, but but I would imagine if the cost of cars are going up, and I've seen people say, gee, I bought a car for $14,000 2 years ago, and it was recently totaled, and the insurance company gave me $16,000 today. Well, if values of cars are going up, then I would think at a certain point that's got to impact premiums.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. Also, hearing and seeing that question, I'm going to see if we can get someone who works in the insurance industry on the show as a guest that we do an interview with. I think that would be super valuable. We would learn, you would learn. if you give to the community. We've got from Geo3183 again. If you're on Twitch, you get a shout out because we have no clue how it works. It's amusing to us that anyone watches over there. So thank you, Geo.
Yeah.
Brendan is
Stop it, Brendan. You don't have to contribute, just ask a question.
I'm already a member and have been for multiple months. Thank you, Brendan. I enjoy your content and thanks for doing what you do. I should probably take advantage of the subscription to YAA. Yes.
Perhaps. Yeah. If you want us to ever give you advice, take advantage of the subscription to YAA that you're paying for and utilize all the tools in the community and everything else that we're building for you.
Pops, we have a request for, maybe this could be the ringtone.
There's not a big enough bowl to make that much poop.
That would be a good ringtone.
Abhishek Naik says, "What is your Twitch? We have no clue." I couldn't tell you. I don't know how to find it. I don't know how to log in. I just press a button and the stream goes there. So if someone wants to tell us what our Twitch is, that would be fantastic because we got no clue.
Yeah.
Do you know what our Twitch is?
I don't even know what Twitch is, let alone what our Twitch is. Come on. The hell's Twitch?
Yeah.
Is it anything like Tinder?
You are so wholesome and adorable. That is going to be a future ad-lib.
Yeah.
All right. We've got from Michael. I'm in Florida, but looking to buy an Odyssey. In your opinion, any state's more friendlier than the Sunshine State?
Yeah, every. There's 49 others that are friendlier than the Sunshine State. I mean, the Sunshine State has the highest dock fees in, I can't speak for the world, but certainly in the United States of America, on average.
Oh, our Twitch is still our old name, which there's a trademark on, so we're not allowed to use. So I should probably update that.
Yeah, perhaps maybe you should.
Yeah. I got to update that or else.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, update that. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'll be. I'll have to figure it out.
Look, there's no delay on Twitch.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, doesn't give us the time to clean things up.
There you go. There's our link, but it's going to change because that link will get us in trouble. Can't miss it. It has Ray's face. There you go. We got from Core Guy. Twitch is not like Tinder, Papa Ray. It's like OnlyFans.
There you have. Well, I was going to say, is it anything like OnlyFans?
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're live on
Core Guy, thank you so much for that, because you know that I know so much about all these things.
Igor's reminding us that there's typically $1,000 dock fee in the state of Florida, so definitely.
Do you know why?
Huh?
Because they can, and they seem to get away with
it. Getting there slowly. I don't know what that means, Delta Shade, but you're on Twitch. So that means shout out. And Viking Saint says found it. Nice.
Well, there you have it. Well, you probably won't be able to find it next week when we change the damn name.
Oh, that's so effed up. Westy says, if you're working at home now because of the pandemic, call up your insurance company, get them to change your miles that you commute to work to 0, and that will reduce your premium.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a great tip.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm telling you, every Twitch thing's going to come up.
I like that.
Watching on Twitch now. Great.
Yeah.
Not super constructive, but we're pulling it up.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Jenny had an $899 in Florida back in the day. I mean, that's honestly a good dock fee in Florida.
Yeah, she saved, $95 over what everybody else was. God bless her. Yeah. 96 or whatever it was. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really, really is.
Those are. I remember, in Arizona when we were out there, and that was in 2008, and if I remember correctly, our dock fee at that time at the Acura store was, I think, $349 or $399, something like that. But when we had the Penske Wynn Ferrari Maserati store at the Wynn Hotel in Vegas, their dock fee there was like $699 because you were buying, a Ferrari. But I don't, there's no reason that anybody should be charging $900 or $1,000 for a dock fee.
Dad, is there any reason we should be on
Tinder?
Twitch?
What are some of the other ones? Hangouts, Hookup, what is it?
Yeah, Hookup's a great app.
Hinge.
Hinge,
Yeah.
Tinder. Okay, so anyway, if you're on the stream,
What's a good one for 70-year-old
hang tight, hang tight, hang tight.
balding men?
Oh, retired Moko got a YAA shirt. Nice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember we did the voicemail contest? I sent out like 10 or 12 t-shirts.
Yeah.
This is from Minion Master. I'm thinking of Armada since it is only cheap full-size body on frame SUV. Do you know if I should search for one in SoCal?
Sure. Yeah. Where else are you going to search?
Quality advice.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, buddy. Please follow the Twitch channel and get the notifications. I never miss a live stream. It's awesome. Thank you, Christina.
Yeah.
But Pops, I did want to comment. This is what I was gonna say. We're done. Auto advice is done. Auto advice. This is now just me and my dad hanging out for a little bit. So sorry about that. So let's talk dating sites. You've got Tinder, which I used back in college. I didn't really like. Brendan has donated another $2.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you, but please stop. Run 4th Street got their t-shirt. Okay, so there's that. There's Bumble, which you can like make friends on as well.
Am I looking for friends?
Honestly, I don't necessarily. In advance of your daughter's wedding, I really don't want to think about you doing any type of dating. And so I'm going to suggest that even though we're just having this conversation, let's not have that right now. Maybe we can wait.
Well, don't worry. I'm not going to sign up on it. I was just wondering what the hell they are.
In general, like
I mean, because there's got to be something for short, fat, balding men.
We've got thanks YA for the t-shirt. Yeah, see, we send t-shirts out.
Yeah.
We've got Plenty of Fish. That's another one. So there's all sorts of options.
Wow.
Order Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison extended cab last Christmas, scheduled to be produced this week. Holy
They've been searching for all those parts for a long time. Gathering up all those parts.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap with this, Pops. We are going live tomorrow at noon. You'll see something pop up. It'll be on Twitch. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be here on YouTube. Daily news. You can use the podcast and the daily show. We're going to be doing a daily show. You'll also see normal video content as well, so don't worry about that. But we thought the idea of a daily show would be really powerful because there's so many headlines right now, and we find ourselves trying to get videos out.
Mm-hmm.
We can't keep up with it. So we're going to do the live show. We're going to have it more structured. And also, we talked about on a meeting today, Dad, doing some more focused content as well. So for those of you who don't necessarily want to listen to all the banter and hours of us just chit-chatting, we're going to do a lot more focused content. Do I need gap insurance? Yes, no. Here's what you need to know. So stay tuned for that as well. And also, Dad, maybe you can allude to it without getting too into the weeds. You saw some pretty impressive stuff today from the team behind the scenes that we're working on. You said some things that honestly almost put a tear in my eye. I was so excited about it.
It was all bullshit. Now, the things that your team is working on to, there's any number of sites out there that offer listings for cars. And the way those sites work is they charge the dealer to list on their site their cars. And that's how this site gets their money. And they're a lead generation site. They show the car. You want to get information. You type in the information. They send it to the dealer so that the dealer can get in touch with you. What you're talking about doing is coming up with listings that are I guess, publicly available and advertising these cars where people can pull them up. And we're not obligated to the dealers at all because we're not going to take a dime from the dealers, and we'll be able to show what the dealer's asking for it, and give you a pretty accurate true price, total price, which would be including all the fees. We'll have a column that will explain all the different things to you and why each one of these items is important for you to know. Plus access to videos on any of the given topics, all in one place. And that to me is such a differentiator from what everybody else is doing, because we truly are trying to advocate on behalf of the consumers out there, as opposed to trying to figure out how to get the consumers' information so we can turn around and sell it to somebody. We ain't selling it to anybody. That's not how this is ever going to become profitable, if it ever does become profitable. But a lot, whatever profits there could be, could just come from the media end of it, which could help to pay for all the other good work that we do. So yeah, it was something that to me was very moving because it's just so much different and will be so much better than what anybody else offers to the customers or consumers out there today.
Yeah, Phil, Space, Kimberly, Justice, they were all in the meeting today too. I think they were pretty excited, which made me excited. From Austin, thank you for this contribution. F-Type R last year 47,000, now 62,000. Do we think maybe more than chip shortage? I don't know, maybe the trillions of dollars in printing and handing out inflation. Yeah, that's a component.
Yeah, that's a component of it. And if there's one other thing that I may say, that to toot our own horn. We're going to do the Daily Show tomorrow. Well, the Daily Show truly is going to be a daily show. The plan right now, if I may be so bold, is for us to do a show every weekday, Monday through Friday, from noon Eastern till 12:30. And then all that content will then go out as a podcast as well. But it will be the headlines, the insights that we gather from our contacts within the industry, and different things that we can share with you, and tips that we can share with you to help you the next time you need to buy a vehicle, whether it be new or used. So that and there won't be. I hate to disappoint people. There won't be a Thursday night live stream moving forward, but there will be a continuation of the Saturday night live stream because, well, I don't have a life, and so it gives me something to do on a Saturday night.
A couple of things, Pops. So we've got Big Apple voiceover. Does the $99 annual YAA membership give you complete access? Yep, to everything we've got now and everything we're working on in the future.
And I might even invite you to my condo for dinner. You never know.
And Mark says you're beyond balding. We're aware of that.
Thank you, Mark. I was just trying to make myself feel better.
Igor, I just posted the links to the Spotify and Apple links for where the podcast is going to be. If we switch the Twitch ID, I'll have to figure that out. I'll post about it. If we switch it, I'll post about it because Pops, we've topped out at 15 people on Twitch, so we now
that's
we're Twitchers.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a Twitcher.
Kimberly was on the stream, or excuse me, meeting earlier, and she's super excited. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Big Apple saying the VIN check feature is awesome. Yep, that's not going away. See, KC Tailgate got their YAA t-shirt. I love giving away t-shirts. Put in photos, post them back on the community forum, or DM us on Instagram or Twitter. We'd love to see it. Jenny with the super sticker. We can't see the sticker, Jenny, with like StreamYard, but Pops, I bet you it's dancing like this or something. So can you give me one of those real quick? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my. Okay. Been watching you guys since December. Proud of all the progress you've made towards creating an educated community.
I'm thinking.
Thank you, Jenny.
I'm thinking when I do some of the stuff that I do, your mother would be so pissed off at me if she were still with us. It would be, Ray, what the hell are you doing?
Future Grandpa Ray.
Yeah.
David shrugging. We've got a Pikachu over on Twitch.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack got his t-shirt. There you go. Glad to hear it. Final thing of the night, Pops. If you're not following us over on Instagram, we're posting more. So it's at Your Advocate Alliance. My dad has an Instagram. I'm going to teach him how to post more. It's at Raz is Jazz. We're posting more of the video reaction stuff here too, which is quite fun. And then my Instagram is at Shefska, my last name, at Shefska. Posting more here as well. So follow us there. It's a great way to get updates and stay on top of things. Talk about Mom. Beautiful, awesome lady. That was our dog Cinnamon as well. So anyway, we're still
two of my favorite girls.
Same here, man. Same here. So we're just trying to make both of them proud. And everyone that's been a part of this for the past 2 years now, it's incredible. We're going to keep doing it. Igor wants to know where his YA t-shirt is. Igor, if you provide more value to the community, maybe. Yeah, Igor. Text me your address. I'll send you. I got you. And core guy, Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl champions. You heard it here first. We appreciate your money, but you are wrong. It's the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, we could hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, sir.
All right, Pops. Let's leave him with the outro one more time, and we'll call it a night.
Sounds good to me. Thank you, everybody, for participating. We look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow in the live stream. If you can't make it for the live stream, well, God knows we'll make it public once it's done. So, yeah, we are going to be like horse poop. We are going to be everywhere, folks.
Join us again next time,
which is probably tomorrow,
to get the news you can use from YAA. YAA is your trusted source for all things auto. Thanks for listening.
See you soon.
Down goes Chef Scott.
Good night, everyone.
Down goes
Good night.